All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to 10 Minutes on Brand Awareness. If you're new to this channel, new to this episode, we are a show that seeks to answer one question every single episode within 10 minutes about anything under the umbrella of brand awareness. So I'm hoping that today you are ready. I'm hoping that today you are pumped. I'm hoping that you have brought your A game and a pen and a pad, and we're gonna talk about art. We're gonna talk about social media and how those two worlds come together in terms of making a name for yourself and selling your art digitally. Today, I will just read a little bit of an introduction as to who our guest is, and I need my copy because it is a very dynamic and powerful person in this area. He is a multidisciplinary artist, and he considers himself a child of the internet. He has done so much social media work for art spaces, for festivals, there you go, and for celebrities and influencers alike, just as much as he has done for himself. And he's been around the world. He's had a lot of opportunities to exhibit his art and share what he has done. And today, I'm really excited to introduce Mr. Chino Aricaya. What's up, Chino?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Let's talk about art and social media. How did you start there? What did you start doing for your art on social media?
Started computer science in UP Los Baños, and then I worked for Cisco for 6 years as an engineer. But I've always been into the arts, and breaking into the art industry is super hard. With the background that I have, which is tech, the only pathway that bridges the two industries would be social media. It started with just posting my works online. It was never really meant to be a platform for my work to be sold, but it's more of me making an online diary of my progress as an artist.
Was there a method to the madness? Was there a process for you? Like right after art is done, you post, or what's your process around that social media and your art?
So what I do is I get inspiration online. A lot of sources are available online now for free, which is really not the case a few decades back. The inspiration that I get from social media, I translate it into paper. I draw from the images that I see online, and then once I have something that I feel very proud of to be shared to the world, then that's the time I post it in social media.
How did that affect you? Because we need to prepare everybody, right? Like if they start posting their work, they start creating galleries and stuff.
For me, the feeling, it's a vanity metric. At the end of the day, having the audiences react to your work, the reaction is already a win, because that means a message has been received on the other end.
So, okay, when people buy art from you, do they ask for discounts and stuff? Do they ask to reprice your art?
On my end, what I do is I started with the non-negotiable price and then move my way up. So for me, my price for every artwork would be like ×5 of my raw materials. As the years came by, after we had classes about inflation and stuff, then it increased to 8. That's how I talk to my audience. Like those who don't know me still ask for discounts. Maybe like ask a question, what would be the range and stuff. But those that have known me ever since and like know my struggles and know how much sacrifices and time I have allotted for my art don't really ask for a discount anymore. Sometimes they don't even ask for the price. They just say, I want the work, just send the bill to me.
When you post your artwork and you are actually selling that art piece, do you put a price? Or do you actually say it's for sale? Or do you just wait for people to ask and then you respond?
Well, usually I add a hashtag art for sale. And most of my social media channels has this line in the bio saying all works are for sale. But the price, I really put it there, mainly because I want to have that freedom and leeway to adjust the price depending on the person I'm talking to. So some of the friends that I know, like patrons that I've had ever since I started, I want to give them that treatment of they want the artwork not because it's cheap, but because it will be added to the entire collection that they've had of all of my works.
Last question. What was the biggest, or not, if not the biggest, one of the more harder obstacles that you had to take on?
Well, perhaps not really the biggest, but I think it's all of them are equally important. That would be financial budget for producing the art. Paint is expensive, canvases are expensive, moving your works from one place to another is expensive. Another one would be the background, the education behind the skills that you do. We are not really born geniuses. It's something that we have to study, to learn, to practice every day. And I guess another one would be to be acquainted or associated with the right people and the right crowd. I think those three things, something you have to work with at the same time, and you have to address all those three in the fastest time possible if you want to reach that goal faster. And I got through all three, I think, by working via social media and like getting into a lot of different industries, a lot of different workspaces, a lot of different circles to kind of learn and adjust my movement depending on what this industry would require or what is the most efficient way to flourish in this industry.
It's really amazing. Chino, let me ask you what you would tell an up-and-coming artist trying to find his way. What would you give as sage advice to anyone that is at that state? Remember your state like years ago, and what would you say to that person?
The main advice that I still follow now would be to do it for yourself. Art is a form of expression. The moment you do it for others or the moment you seek approval from others, that's more of like a design thing. And leave it to designers to satisfy the judgment of the world. And at the very core of business and marketing, it's very hard to sell something that you don't really believe in. And I think that's the reason why you should always be your number one fan. And like, the more you are mindful of what you're doing, who you're doing it for, and why you are doing it, that's the time that the rest of the world can identify that this is a very strong brand because he knows what he is. He knows what he stands for. And from that point on, people will try to be at the same level as you are when it comes to creative thinking.
Chino, Mr. Aricaya, I'll give you 30 seconds to do a shameless plug of anything, whatever it is that you're up to, and whatever is up and coming, or whatever you just want to share, or so that people can access you. All right, 30 seconds, go.
If you look for my name, Chino Carlo Aricaya, or if you look for iamchinoa in Google, you'd pull up all my social media accounts. May it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Patreon. Everything has a URL that ends with iamchinoa. And watch out for the things that I'll be doing for 2020. I'll have exhibitions in Korea, Canada, and the US for this year. As long as this ECQ is lifted, the world needs to get ready because Chino is going to them. That's all.
Yeah, look at that. Chino, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that that's all happening. So, to our friends in those places, expect that from Chino. If you want to reach out to him, just go ahead and hit him up and have a conversation with him and talk about art endlessly. It's been amazing. It's been awesome. Chino, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and being on the show. And, this has been Chino and Tommy, and we'll see you on the next episode where we will be talking more about brand awareness. Enjoy. Peace out. See you on the next one.
The first portfolio that I submitted for a job was downloading all my photos in Instagram and arranging them from red to violet. So I kind of arranged 2,000 images and then turn it into one giant spectrum just to prove a point wherein I know I don't have backgrounds in the art, but I know what color is, I know what design is, I know what looks good and what doesn't.